And then I think it was like Sheila says that if Butters doesn't, isn't able to come, then he can come.
Now we'll go to the field.
Hartman takes that
He'll have to
literally.
accept the touchback.
I even like it how when he's actually discovered, he doesn't even say sorry. He just immediately tries to have as much fun as possible before the police get him.
Before he spends the next few months in juvenile.
Well, kid, you just lost your friends and your freedom.
Second half
was it worth it?
Now as he takes the snap.
Another.
He's got room.
It's funny because it's like
when you're behind in a football game,
I don't
all
know.
you can
A lot
do
of
on the
people love
offensive
Hartman,
side
and I
is
guess
just go
in a
out
way
there
I like him
thinking
just
about
because
making
he's
plays
funny,
and
but
picking
if
up
you
first
actually
downs.
look at
Good job by the offense.
his actions, it's very hard to like him.
They've got a first down now after that catch.
Liking Kyle,
taking the handoff.
I think I resonate with Kyle.
It picks up only a yard.
Out of most of the characters.
Remember that time during the Imagination Land arc where Cartman was only doing everything in his power to get Kyle to suck his balls because he wanted that satisfaction.
Like
Charles is in the slot, not in the backfield for this play.
South Park
kids,
like the ones who seem like to be
to the
most
right.
seem to have the most heart would be Kyle, Kenny, and Butters.
Stan is
Stan. I can't really say Stan has much heart in him. Like he's like maybe he does, but not as much as Kyle. Like look at how Kyle is
Kelsey's in the slot here for this play.
After the whole kick the baby
from the shotgun. He'll fire it out to the left. Makes the grab and feed it out.
I think the moment that I like is where Kyle comes out to a screaming Ike, screaming, make Billy Mays go away. And
he's in a lot of pain, and
he just stands there, comforting Ike, while he's crying.
And then Billy Mays' ghost keeps showing up.
Hi there, Billy Mays here.
And then
wasn't it like their ghosts? Wasn't it like the ghosts were haunting Ike for some reason, or they were just haunting everyone?
It was mostly Ike, I think it was. But
he's got a chance to return this one.
It's like you could tell how much Kyle cares about Ike, even though they're not related. He's an adopted brother, but you can tell how much Kyle cares about him. Then there's Kenny, who cares.
Quarterback drops back, play action.
I was gonna say then there's when Kyle finds out he's half Jersey.
Well, it's a good thing that linebacker knocked that pass
I remember
down.
that.
I don't think he could have caught it.
The one where Cartman gets raped.
Knock it down so nobody else can catch it.
Michael Jackson.
Snooki wants smoosh.
Oh God.
Davis in the slot receiver role.
What is it? It's a Snooki.
Second and
what is
10.
it want?
Loads it up. It's going deep.
How is it famous? I don't know.
Well, this defense covered four.
You just start freaking out. How is it famous? I don't know.
It stops all the big passes down the field. But look at these crossing routes. Wide open.
What's the episode where the
let them catch and
adults
run,
in South
still
Park
get the big play.
I think it was
back to the air on this
the molestation episode where the Mongolians took them in.
Sailing out of bounds.
One that stands out to me is the voting episode.
Oh yeah, where Stan refuses to vote because he thinks it's a stupid thing.
Well, because
in the slot for this snap.
He wasn't
Second
wrong.
And 10.
Two choices were really stupid.
Looking
but then
to
it's
scramble, looking long.
But then it's like the town takes it to 11, and they're like, "Oh, you don't understand the importance of voting."
And then they hire, I think it was like Puff Daddy or something.
Yeah.
What a terrible job
my vote or die campaign.
Nobody even covers.
What does that mean?
He is
what do you think it means, bitch?
Hey, nice job by the quarterback going through his
They start chasing him down the street and their car shooting at him.
It's the fact that the whole town does that, even Stan's father and mother.
49ers setting up for the kickoff.
I think one of the episodes, I only caught a glimpse of this episode. This one is probably one of those episodes that didn't really sit well with me.
He'll take a knee in the end zone.
Is the school shooting episode.
Was the school shooting episode?
There was, I don't know how much I caught of it. I don't know how much there is, but I caught the part where Sharon comes to pick up Stan from school, but everyone is acting like it's completely normal. And, you know, Sharon is the only one who seems to be
Charles
freaking
is
out
in the slot. First and 10.
School shooting. And everyone, even Randy, was
reaches
just
in,
like, you know,
and that pass is incomplete.
Good job that time by the secondary. They're in good position. They make the play, and it's an incomplete pass by the quarterback.
That's probably the one episode that I didn't actually find that funny.
I think it was the case of more they were just kind of like
Charles is split out.
They're making fun of how people can just be so passive on these kind of things because it's like,
yeah, that might be
good job of the defensive line.
Yeah, they're making fun of like how some people take it seriously, but the majority are like, meh.
I don't know.
Charles is a running back, but he's in the slot for this one. From the gun.
That makes sense, but I guess for me, because
unable to complete that one.
I grew up
and
when school shootings
started
becoming a little bit too common, where it was like, I can't really sit here and
Dustin Colquitt looks ready to boot this one away.
Meanwhile, there's the there are the memes about, oh, this is what happens when the quiet kid blah.
Yeah, you know, I think I told you guys that there was this is another reason why I didn't find it so funny, is because I got called into
this one.
Because after a school shooting in Florida, my principal, like, well, with good intentions but poorly executed, now has it as the duty of all the students that if you see anything suspicious, you know, report it immediately.
Yeah, I remember the story. People were suspicious because
I was looking. I was in the middle of drawing pictures for my Assassin's Creed story, so I was looking up
down the field.
Well, historical weapons, and apparently some kid reported me looking at a page of antique Civil War
all day long. Can they bowl their necks a little?
I got pulled into the office. Like, I remember, I got pulled out of lunch. I was like, "What the hell's what's going on?" And they asked me, you know, am I okay? You know, did I do this and that? I'm like, no. They asked me, do I have any weapons on me? I'm like, no. They checked my backpack.
The defense loading up on the line.
They actually they even had a police officer come in and ask me questions.
Yeah.
You know what you should have done? Just to make them feel bad about doing it? You should have said, it's because I'm Indian, isn't it? And they go, no, it's not. I'm like, what's the reason then?
Oh, man,
you just love it as a quarterback.
If I'm being honest, I would have.
You get down in there and it's first and goal, and you score. Now you don't have to sweat the fact that, man, what are we going to do if he gets the third down? You don't have to worry about it. Good run.
Then everyone would
touchdown.
believe me. That's the other thing.
No, it's one of those cases of like, it's you assume that I'm going to do this because an Indian kid was looking up Civil War weapons, so you automatically think I'm going to go on a rampage. Well, no, that's not what it is. Then what is it?
Conversion.
I mean, I could have gone that route, but I think at that point I was like,
that turns into an 8-point trip, the touchdown and the two.
Like,
I was and the head coach and the offensive coordinator, they're all aggressive. So, hey, well, it's not good enough just to get a touchdown. They want to get that extra point
get in trouble
or 2 points.
just
Nice
because
job
I was
that time.
Looking up stuff. Just because I was
that'll be a touchback, and the ball will be placed.
Yeah, there was actually, I actually got a, I actually screwed up a, actually once when I was in high school, I actually got a bully in trouble because he almost got away with it, but I set him off, and it pretty much revealed his true nature in front of the principal. And you see what happened is this guy, he was being all like nice and stuff, and he's wearing the stupid North Face jacket, he's trying to be all nice and, calm about the whole situation. I defended myself at the time, and I actually broke his nose, so he was saying I was the aggressor, and his friends, of course, were vouching for him because they hated me. So yeah, let's get Corey Brown in trouble, get him suspended. So I'm just sitting here like,
Charles is shifted from running back to a receiver in the slot.
The principal's looking at him and looks at me, and I just go, it's like, do you have anything to add? I'm like, why bother? You obviously, why bother? You obviously believe this. You obviously believe this gangster white trash wannabe. So I think you've already made your decision. Right as I say that, he gets out of his chair and he goes, "You want to fucking take this outside, you fat fuck?" And immediately he stops, and the principal looks at him, and I'm just like,
setting up in the pistol.
And I gotta give him a look and a smirk, and he just gives me a look like, shit. And then the principal's like, well, you see, I was going to possibly. Well, she's like, well, you see, that might have been the case.
This team, one of the better tackling teams
but due to
in the
recent
NFL,
events,
and they play
I'm
the situation
my
perfectly.
stance on the matter.
They give up the short completion. They come up and make the tackle.
He's
now
just looking at me, and I just I still have the smirk on my face, and his friends outside the office are shaking their heads. They're just straight up shaking their heads like, oh.
But yeah,
Here he goes.
I had to say, like, that South Park episode, that's probably the only South Park episode I didn't particularly. And I think I made it clear why I don't find it funny.
Yeah.
But on the subject, it reminds me of, like, but this is something that happened way far back, and I think I told everyone about this incident.
The 49ers in the pistol. First and 10. Handoff.
Haunts me to this day.
And they knock him down just a yard away from the first.
Man.
The off-tackle run. It's just what it
when I was during one of my classes, the class clown decided to be an ass.
Usually, this is the
stealing my pencil. The only pencil I had. So I started off just taking it back, but then he would keep doing it, and I would start getting mad. I would take it back, you know, fighting him over it.
The 49ers will go with the pistol on searching for space to the right.
I get my second warning. He does it again.
That's a
fight him, take it back. I get sent to the
offenses in the NFL.
And
get a few yards and get that first down.
Here's how the exchange went at the office. I still remember. All right, Zach. So tell us what happened. Well, he kept stealing my pen,
first
and I don't want to hear what he did. I want to hear what you did. Well, I'm saying, you know, he kept
open receiver on the right.
He had no time. I said, I want to hear what you did. That's literally how it went. I could, every time I tried, apparently, you know, because both of us were in big trouble, you know, they wanted to hear what I did, and I'm like,
has it after some nifty
I eventually just said, you know,
and it's
taking my pen back.
They call that the moment of truth. It's a
I think I said something along the lines of,
the defensive back,
I was disrupting
it's time to
I was
make that jump.
interrupting or something.
The pass. What a good
but basically,
job.
You pretty much told them what they wanted to hear.
Normally, but this time lined up as a receiver in the slot.
I was 8 years old.
Wants to go deep.
And
no one is going to catch this one as it goes out of bounds.
Both me and the class clown, we had to write letters to our mothers, or our parents, our guardians. I wrote it to my mother, and telling them why we got sent home early and why, you know, what we did wrong and what we can do to better ourselves.
Davis is moved from the tight end position to the slot. He's looking to the right here on this throw.
There was a time
so that's not going to get it done here. And the offense is going to turn it over on down.
At one point, it was. Now bear in mind here, I was the focus of bullying for my whole grad year, and up to about grade 11, grade 10. In those two areas leading up to my graduation, I had essentially just had enough. So I'm sitting there trying to read my book after I've done my homework, and unfortunately, some of the bullies that I dealt with were sitting at my table, and you know, some of them were trying to talk to me, and I could clearly tell they were doing it to bug me because I liked reading, and they knew it. I was ignoring them. One of them started moving my shit. I told him to knock it off.
In the slot, not in the
put it back,
and
he kept saying, fuck you. And he kept removing my stuff. I'm like, knock it off. And he goes, fuck you. And I just keep reading my book. He manages to somehow, and I don't know how, quietly swipe my binder off the desk. I go to pick it up. He jokingly goes to put his foot in my face, like he's going to sit up. I put my binder down. I'm like, this is your last fucking warning. Do not touch my stuff. He goes, yeah, what the fuck are you going to do? I go back to reading. I had a pencil. I was putting my pencil and stuff back in my bag. He goes to this time probably grab my book because I put it down for a second.
That ball was going the other way.
I slam my pencil into the desk about an inch from his hand, and he freezes, and he's looking at me like, holy shit. And I'm like, damn. I pulled the pen back. I missed. And immediately he just kind of gives me a look like, what the fuck is his problem? He even says, what the fuck is your problem? I'm like, I warned you not to touch my pen and you'll lose.
Loading up with
He didn't say a word to me for the rest of the day.
McCoy standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap.
Where I nearly
launching it deep. But it falls incomplete.
Good job by the linebacker that time. Saw the receiver coming in his area. Read the quarterback.
When I was in middle school,
to knock the pass down.
12 years old at the time.
Second down now.
I was the odd man in a clique.
Throws to the right.
I kept to me and my
Makes the
friend.
catch.
This one kid was
36-yard
shorter than
gain.
everyone else. For some reason, decided that he wanted to pick
Well,
a fight
once again, the offense is in the red zone. They got a big lead.
I didn't want
I think it's up to this defense. Finally show a little toughness.
I always stood by, don't throw a punch unless they throw it first. Well,
and that's going to do it for the third quarter. We'll be back from Kansas City for the start of the fourth after the break.
Enough to actually try and do anything. Well, then he decides to do something, and let's just say
it was a big gainer. Now it's time to back it up.
Yeah, things got
ugly out here.
Like, despite the fact I was reasonably chubby at the time, I'm a lot stronger than I look. So I remember
the offensive line did it all on this drive, didn't they? Here it is on first and goal. Nice job of pass blocking,
his arm,
and the quarterback finds the open receiver for the touchdown.
It took like the combined might. It took our friends, the combined might of our friends, and other kids around us to pry us apart before I actually could have sent him to the hospital.
Well, this works out about 40% of the time.
Some people may look at back at that and be like, I was so cool. When I look at it,
and you know what? Now I guess you and I just can't sit here and blast the coach for a bad decision when you pick up the 2 points.
I look back on how I actually handled my bullies and the stuff I did to them in retaliation to all the shit they did to me. I don't feel any regret. I think I got my point across that I was essentially done with their shit.
The ball's coming out to the 20.
Actually, I think one of the big things that sealed the deal was one of the biggest ringleaders. Granted, one of the ringleaders prior to him was a year above me, so he graduated, so he kind of like took over, and he decided that he wanted to start a fight with me.
Charles is a running back.
He actually wanted to do something that none of the other boys did. He wanted to actually beat the shit out of me and get some,
the snap,
street credit
in the fourth quarter.
And, he's stopping me in my locker. He's getting in my way on purpose to try to egg me on. I'm just like, it was the end of school and I wanted to get home, so I get my stuff out of my locker. He closes my locker for me. I lock it.
And that's another completion.
I start leaving, and his friends are, with him, and they're, trying to egg me on to fight him, and I'm just like,
down.
You guys have anything else better to do?
In motion.
I want to get home, get my stuff, and then go hang with my friends. So you just do what you're doing.
On the left side
and then he walks in front of me and he goes,
that's great defense.
"Yeah, no, you're not leaving here until I beat the shit out of you." And I just go, "No, you're just really reaching for it, aren't you?" And I just walk past him. He puts a hand on me, and I slam his head into the locker door, and I had my keys on a lanyard, and I immediately wrap it around my fist and put the keys under his throat, and I say,
in the slot.
let this be a warning to you and the rest of your groups here. You guys come at me again, you better come at me looking to kill me, because if you don't, I will send you to the hospital. Am I clear? And they immediately he just kind of looks at me, he's like, let me fucking go already, and I just go,
on the post route.
I let him go, he lets me walk away, and he's yelling obscenities at me, and I just flip him off as I leave the school.
Looking to make a difference.
At that point, the only thing they ever resorted to was just flinging insults or derogatory remarks my way. They never got close enough that I could grab them or get physical, because I think I got my point across.
To be honest,
Jenkins is lined up now as a slot receiver.
I don't know.
First and 10.
Maybe this is why my girlfriend
launches it down the field. What a catch down the middle of the field.
I'm just sitting here playing football, listening to
arm strength is overrated in the NFL.
Family Guy is wrong. Family Guy is wrong about how Canadian bullies
all I know is I'm beating Kansas City 58-3.
They're just like American bullies, aren't they?
I just know I'm beating Kansas City Chiefs 58-3. This is a lopsided fight.
The cutscene that I'm talking about, Cryptic? Hey, we're gonna go to the back and we're gonna give you this and that. Yay! It's like they portray Canadian bullies as being the nicest, as
back
being
at the line after
probably
that catch
stand-up
for a first
guys.
down.
And
The
it's
throw
like,
to the left,
you know?
and he was wide open. He'll step out of bounds.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, no, yeah.
This offense
They're just
has
as
been
mean
moving
as
the
any
football
bully.
all day long.
Yeah.
Once again in the red zone,
Canada's
they have a big
no
lead.
I would argue
I
that
think they'll just try to
Canada
run
is
it in from
almost
here.
no different.
Colt McCoy with 3 touchdowns. Holy shit.
First down here after the completion.
Like the only difference is you got that you guys are more.
He has the grab. And here's a look at their red zone percentage to this point, which is brought to you by Verizon.
Oh, 5 more minutes until
Not even
the
sure.
quarter ends.
Like the whole joke about a Canadian accent, I don't hear. Well,
The only way you'd ever hear the actual accent is if you went further up north.
And here's the second down.
I live near Ontario.
That left
like
side.
I've been through
Ball
Windsor,
slipped out of his
I've been to-
hands.
I've
Nice
been
situation
to
here for the
London,
offense.
and I have
Winning
been
the
in
football
parts
game.
of Toronto.
Now they're
and
in
it's
the
like,
red zone. Let's see if they can come up with a play.
The
that
only
fools the
difference I
defense.
hear is I hear more people speaking French than I
Yeah, if you want the actual, like, if you want like the actual Fargo style accents they've done,
Looks to his left.
you want to go up to like
Off the mark here as this throw
Wisconsin,
heads out of bounds.
fucking Nunavut, Saskatchewan, like really far north, and you might find the occasional person that does the heavy A's in their sentence with the, you know, a boot A, that kind of thing.
It's a
yeah,
nice
what
look for the defense on this
you,
play.
That's what I hear. Does
Looking
anyone?
to the
What
right
about the
side
South
and
Park?
throwing. That's a failed
my God,
conversion,
Derek,
but you
what are
might
you
as
doing?
well look at it like a turnover.
Hey,
It's
Gad.
going back the other way.
Hey, guy.
I also love it how the Canadian devil's name is Beelzebub.
So Cryptic has a 2 heads. His head is cut in half.
I remember making a joke
Like
where I was
the
like,
South Park
should I,
Canadians.
if I did a thumbnail where Cryptic was like,
Unless you're like unless you're like the South Park's version of James Cameron.
Charles has shifted
I
from running
remember
back
talking
to a
to
receiver
Cryptic
in the
at one
slot.
point. It was like,
First and 10.
if I ever did a drawing where he was with us, instead of drawing the tiger, it would just be like,
and that
he would be
pass
his
is going
tiger
out of
persona,
bounds,
but with the
incomplete.
Terrence and Phillips style compared to us. And he's like, no, don't do that. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, maybe that would be a pretty bad idea, honestly. My fault on your face.
Failing to complete that one. So second down here from the gun. He'll fire it out to the left. Makes the grab. They deck him in the backfield.
Yeah, but fortunately, I don't know. It's because I live right next to the border.
Quarterback should have never thrown at that time. Even though he completes the pass, he should have seen the defense was right there. A loss of a couple yards.
Oh man, my defense team is extremely tired because they've been on the field more
running
times
back
than my
normally, but
offensive
this time
lineup.
lined up as a receiver in the
Man,
slot.
quit scoring those touchdowns. We're
11.
exhausting.
Throwing now
Like
to
it's
his
starting to
left.
show in the
With
play
two
a little bit. They're
hands,
just
he has it.
very tired.
Remember the only time I ever
It's third
actually
down
played
and
a
over 10
sports
yards.
game
You got to
was
give
a
your
football
offensive line
game,
a lot of
and
credit. They give the
figured out
quarterback
how the
extra
tackles
time,
and everything
and he
worked.
makes the throw down the field to pick up the first down.
God, best way to describe it is the guy would have to avoid me getting the ball as any character because then I would just keep running and I wouldn't stop.
Yeah, I think there's a button where you can taunt while you're
Bassano's
running.
moved from the tight end
Like,
position
I
to
always
the
hit the
slot.
R2
Play
button
action.
to
He's
just
looking to the
haul
right
it
here on this
towards the
throw.
end
Pass
zone.
play picks up the first down.
It's fun to watch.
It's also
There's
fun to
nothing
watch
like a
to see all
play-action
the
pass with
see the
offensive
enemy
lineman make it look like it's a run.
to the enemy AI
Linebackers are
like
all near the line of
essentially just
scrimmage, and easy to
dogpiling
throw
in an
down the
attempt to
field for
grab
that
you, but you
completion.
just
Charles
go
is
around
in
them.
the
You keep
slot, not in
running.
the backfield for this play. They send the tight end.
My strategy,
in motion.
more or less, is
First and 10.
if I ever see someone
Throws the
coming
pass.
at me from the front to tackle, I
These
run
receivers in the
backwards
NFL,
so that they
are so
will just
good
miss
now.
me. Then I'll go
Anytime you see a drop pass,
around and just keep
it's
going forward.
almost always the
And then
one
if they come
reason
at me from the
they
side,
took their eyes off the football before it
kind
got
of like
there.
go farther to the right or to the left, depending on what the angle is, and I just keep running. And they're just like,
Bassano's
you're like,
shifted
God
from
damn
tight
it!
end
And I
to a
keep running
receiver
like,
in the slot. Second and 10.
reach the end zone and I
Challenging
touchdown
the
and I go,
defenders to the right side. And stop the play right there.
they're just like, motherfucker! How does he keep doing that?
When you can throw an out route like
my-
that,
Granted.
that shows you
What are
the
we
strength
talking about?
the
I'm sorry,
quarterback's on.
I was texting.
We're talking football.
You know, I actually was.
Charles is out in the slot.
I probably still am.
Now
I still remember.
the quarterback drops back.
Like I remember showing up like all the athletic kids. Like I was placed on the team with kids who don't play soccer because I look like a kid who doesn't play soccer. Oh my God! I smoked the like dude. They're like, guys, this guy, he's got it. Oh my God, look at it. Like I kept stealing the ball from them. What's funny is like one of my the kids who was on the same team with me. He was a kid who played soccer with me when we were younger. So me and him, it's like it was just me and him taking on the athletic kids on our own. Also, it's also worth mentioning that this kid was also 100% Indian, unlike me,
and now they have a chance to open things up.
And he had a turban on.
I feel so bad for my team right now.
It's
like, you know, an accent?
Not really. His parents did.
Fasano's in the slot here for this play. First and 10.
Cool guy,
they're setting up screen.
Me and him weren't friends, but
here comes the training staff as we've got a player down on the field.
That were in that
really
school.
Hurts. You know, you got the game in hand, and now you lose one of your players to the injury when you're winning big.
He was,
that is tough for the coach to take.
That's why he had a turban on.
I was a lot heavier back in those days, but I was the kind of kid where I would never expend energy unless I actually had to. Like I'd take it in my own pace. Granted, it pissed my teacher off really much when we were doing like the laps around the school for warm-ups, where I would just kind of like freely walk into some chalk with some of my friends. He would get pissed off and he'd tell me like, you know, run or something, be faster.
The safety, that's
he'd always say like, if you don't run and be fast enough, then you know, I'll make you run around the school again.
He takes his eyes off of him, and what happens?
At one point just kind of, you know, moseyed up to him and he's just like, you know, I'm going to have to make you run around the school again if you don't get this right. And I just go, yeah, but then you'll be out here longer.
Just 2 minutes left of this one.
And I walk past him and he'd go into the gym and he's just like,
mounting a serious drive.
Then there was a point during dodgeball where they would always go for headshots only on me because they liked hitting me in the face. At least they would if they could actually hit me.
Situations, there's not much you can do.
Because I was the kind of kid where I used to play softball and all these sports with my dad, where he'd always say keep your eye on the ball and all this stuff, and I would like matrix dodge half of every ball that would be thrown at me. The only time I'd get hit is if I wasn't expecting it or I took my eyes off the field.
Yeah,
and it's just like a bunch of these guys chucked 3 balls at me. I jumped in the air. First went between my legs, the other went under my left arm, and I tilted my head to the right, and that one missed me, and I landed in the standing position still. I just kind of did the whole shrug, and the other team just looked at me.
And the tackle's made right around the 26-yard line.
For me, it was like, oh man. Playing soccer, I'm actually surprised I could even throw a football, actually. I remember when they showed me, when I showed everyone that I could throw a football. You want to know how I learned to throw a football?
They head to the line.
Although, because this is
working that left side.
Story.
The reception, easy.
Oh, we got it. All right.
So what happened, so apparently I was a select few of kids who got to hang out with some of these athletes who came from, who were visiting from the Michigan University.
And
like those, and we were hanging out with them, and they taught me how to throw a
approach this play from out of the pistol.
I remember, I think there's a day similar to that.
Throws like to the right. Catch is made. He stacked up at that point.
He was like a local
You see zone defenses. Throw it into the open spaces. That's what the quarterback did that time. Good job by the receiver running in there and making the catch.
The class, asking what kind of sports they like and they watched. I'm just sitting there and listening, and they turn me like, what about you? What sports do you like? And I just go,
down the field
I don't really do sports. I'm like, oh, well, do you watch any? And they go, no. And immediately there's a pregnant pause. And then they go to the next kid. Like there was just a fucking silence after I said that, and
they bring in the extra tight end.
So moving on to the next kid.
And short.
This one doesn't seem like he's going to contribute anything. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. This offense has been spectacular.
I don't really do sports.
Here
Never
they are
really
in red zone
done
again.
the appeal.
Hey, listen, if I was them, I'd go ahead and try to score.
I liked watching sports, and just high school was just the loner. Honestly, high school was just really
That reception gave them the first down. McCoy has got it in the gun.
Just had a lot of bullies.
Looking to the right side and throwing. No separation
a whole lot,
at all. Incomplete.
I think I told you like about 6th grade how that fucked me up pretty badly.
I literally look at high school. Like everyone's like, oh, high schools were like, the best days of my life because I did all this stuff. Whenever it gets to me, I'm just like, high school is the time, are the 4 years of my life I'm never getting back.
Second down.
That's a really dark way to look at it. I'm like,
from the shotgun.
I was bullied for almost my entire tenure there. I only had my friends, and everyone else there practically either didn't like me, didn't want to talk to me, or wanted to kick my ass. So yes, those are 4 years I'm never getting back.
I told Aaron this
gets in position. Can they protect their quarterback? Almost intercepted that time.
Defensive coordinators love this situation,
I don't
don't they?
mind
Third and long, they can do just about anything. It's going to work, and they stop
again.
the offense that time.
I don't mind hearing it again.
Let's just say
This
6th
game
grade
is about
was
to
the year.
finish.
Because my school is one of those schools where 6th
Almost
grade was
picked
still
off.
considered
Good job by the defense. Their team is down. It's in the second half.
My quarterback
And
is
the
like,
opposing
fuck it, if I
offense,
miss the
what do they
shots, I
do?
miss the
So-
They
shots.
go
We got
for
like
it on
1
fourth
second
down.
left.
You are ready to
But
play.
because
You
everyone
make
was
the
of the
stop,
mindset
that'll
that we were
turn
middle
things around.
schoolers, well, everyone acted like
Fasano's
it.
out
And
wide on the left. Now 1st and 10.
I remember, like, because
Looking
kids,
across the
it
middle,
was like
under
kids
pressure,
my age.
and incomplete. Finally,
58 to
the
6.
game comes to
This
an
was
end.
they got
It was
because
a
I was
blowout
far
from
behind
the
with like the
beginning.
whole growing up
You've
thing,
often
everyone
talked
took
about
notice
prime
of
time
me
and how the
being like,
players
because I
of
was an
today
extremely
have
nice
this
guy
it's
at
all
the
about
time,
me
you know,
kind of a
I
mentality.
would
And for you in the
tell
booth,
people,
you had to
try and be
enjoy
the
it being
nicest
all about
to
you
people.
having a chance to
But
call
that
this one
quickly
today in
caught
prime
on
time.
that, well, apparently that means I'm gay.
That's right. It's all about me, and it would have
And
been
I
if I
was
could have just
bullied
got
because
you to be
people thought I
quiet
was
for a
gay.
few
It
minutes.
actually,
But
for a
it's
short
awesome
period,
to win in a game
I
that's
was,
featured in
homophobic
everybody in the
because of that.
country. All your peers, they watch you. It just doesn't get better.
And not only that, one of my bullies, my then best friend hung out with, and
For Phil
why?
Sims and all the crew
Because
at
he had
EA
an
Sports,
Xbox and
Jim
he
Nance
played Call of
saying
Duty.
so long for now.
Damn.
And I was forced to hang out with him because I wanted to hang out with my best friend. And
What a match.
guy,
That was
and
incredible. Holy shit.
and the work, and it's like, you know,